Now that you've figured out exactly what your audience should do after you've communicated what you really want them to do, now is the time to go in the research mode. Brainstorm, dig, look everywhere, look under rocks for messages, facts, numbers that will motivate your audience to do what you want. It can't be just to educate them on everything you do. Unless you're an academic or a professor giving a college lecture, the people you're speaking to in the business world, the nonprofit, the government world, the adult, non-academic world, they're not there to learn every single thing about what you do. You've got to restrict yourself and limit yourself to what is truly most important. So you can brainstorm on 50, 100, 1,000 different messages, numbers, facts, data points. But then you've got to do something crucial, and that is apply your judgment. So much of being a great communicator, of having strong communication skills, has nothing to do with the tone of your voice or the clothes you're wearing or what you do with your hands. It has to do with your judgment. Too many people who are bad communicators because they use no judgment. So they just try to tell their audience everything. Remember, if your audience had to know everything you know, they'd already have your job. So you've got to look at all the facts, all the data points, and look at it through the screen of which facts, which messages, which numbers does my audience have to know, especially in order to take the actions I want. Which messages are going to motivate them to do what I want them to do. And if you do that, you'll find it's very easy to eliminate the vast majority of the messages, facts, and numbers. You've then got to put them all in priority. You may come up with still 15 messages that are important, would possibly motivate them to do what you want. You've got to put them in priority, and you've got to narrow it down. You've got to narrow it down to your top 5. Why do I say 5? Well, based on my own empirical evidence of working with more than 10,000 clients over the last 30 years, I ask them, think of the best presenter you've seen in the last year in your business, or last 5 years, or maybe your whole career. Now, tell me every message you remember from the best speaker, the best presenter, the best communicator you've ever seen. Quite often the answer is, TJ, nothing. Everyone in our industry is boring. Sometimes it's 1 message, sometimes it's 2, occasionally 3. Every 3 months or so, somebody will remember 4 messages from a great speaker. Every 6 months, roughly, somebody will remember 5 messages from the best speaker, the best communicator they've seen possibly in their whole life. In all the years I've asked that question, I've never had anyone remember more than 5 ideas. So don't be greedy. Don't try to communicate every single fact. Don't have one of those PowerPoint slides with 27 bullet points. It's not going to work. You want to be a successful communicator. You want to be seen as someone who has strong communication skills. Remember, it's not communication if it comes out of your mouth. It's not communication if it's up on a slide. It's communication if it comes out of your mouth in the ear of an audience member, and they understand it, and they remember it so they can act on it. If you want to do that, you need to show judgment. Mark Twain once said, "I'm sorry I wrote you a long letter. I didn't have time to write you a short letter." It takes more thought to narrow your messages down to just the top 5. So that's your assignment right now. Go back and look at all the ideas you thought of and narrow it down to just 5. Write those 5 ideas, and each one should be 10 words or less. Write it down in the discussion section of this course right now.